Good morning.
Isn't it great to be in the house of the Lord on a day like this?
Amen.
I'm usually at our farm on the weekend and attend church over there, but when Tim Scandora tells you you have to do something, if you know Tim, you salute and you show up. So I was walking into the church a few Tuesdays ago. We have a healing service on Tuesday mornings, and I parked over here on the Metairie roadside and went in that entrance over where the Mother's Day out kiddos come in and out. And I went in that ladies' room, and if you've been in there, ladies, you know the light comes on automatically and there's a little shower stall in the corner. Well, I've seen it 1,000 times, but for some reason on that Tuesday, it was like a spotlight was on it. And I remembered after Katrina, do you all remember all the different mission groups that came here and our neighborhoods were their mission field? How many of you in this church cooked food for them, came up and served them, brought cleaning supplies for them? And I was reminded as I looked at that stall, that shower stall, how vibrant our church has been and what a beacon of light it has been during some of the most uncertain of times. And as I walked down the hall, I came right to a classroom and the door was open, and I thought about Miss Jan and how many Wednesday evenings I sat cross-legged on the floor in her classroom with her playing the guitar and learning that the B-I-B-L-E, yes, that's the book for me, and each of my daughters were sitting in my lap. I never could quite get the books of the Bible to the tune of, what was it called? It's a Small World After All.
Right.
You've not lived until Miss Jan tries to teach you the books of the Bible to It's a Small World After All. I got to about Joshua and I was out. But you know, I was remembering that and I thought what we do with the young children and the youth here at our church has been a cornerstone for so long. And as I came out of that room, I saw all the tables lining the hall with all the different brochures and flyers about upcoming Sunday school classes and upcoming Bible studies. And I thought to myself, that's really when I got involved in this church, was attending one of those small groups. Janet Cavalier led it, and that's where I got to know Susan Spencer and Joan Hall and so many of the ladies of this church. And right there across from all those flyers was the fellowship hall and the kitchen. And you can't walk by that kitchen without thinking of Phyllis Ansler. It's not a kitchen unless she's in it. And I could see she and Carol cooking meals for Mount Zion and all the potlucks and all the Wednesday night suppers we've had in there. The membership of this church is all about fellowship, but it's all about missions. And I came into this sanctuary and it was a Tuesday morning, so no one was in here. I hadn't even turned the lights on yet. And I had a sense of gratitude that overwhelmed me for this church and the people that make up this church. But I have to tell you, as grateful as I was to God for what this church has been and who all of you are in my life, I had recognized something very significant as I walked. This church ain't looking so great anymore. It is time for a massive renovation. It's time for us to no longer keep putting off long overdue and much needed renovations. I hope that you'll stay after church and see exactly what the trustees and what Pastor is proposing. I know you're like me. When Tim Scandora calls you or Bill Hornsby calls you, you just want to say, oh no. But I want to tell you something. I know what it's like to have demands made on your money. I feel it all the time. You have to look at your paycheck, your retirement account, whatever it is, and you have to make priorities. My family and I decided to be one of the first donors to this cause and donate at the highest level that we could because we believe in the importance of this church and this community here and now. And we believe that we have to make a substantial financial investment in the church now to make sure that it continues to be vital and vibrant to attract new families like mine. We don't know. 2 Wednesdays from now, 2 Sundays from now, the next family may walk in and look around. And we want to be up to the task of giving them all the programs that we can offer to make this their church home. So I hope you'll join me and that you'll support the renovation for Renewal. I really believe it's important. Otherwise, I would just write a check, but I felt compelled to come here today to ask you personally to join me and contribute to this very important cause. I hope you'll pray about it. I hope you'll talk to your family about it, and you'll thoughtfully consider it. And I know that Jonathan and Tim Scandora and Bill Hornsby and others would be happy to talk to you about the various levels and what you can do, but I think now is the time. And if you walk around the church, I think you'll agree. Thank you so much.